Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back to Let's Play Rise of Flight. Welcome back to 56 Squadron and our little career we're doing with Sir David Crampington III here. Yes, I am recording in screen region mode today, which means that hopefully the campaign generator will not horribly bug out and go nuts when I try to record it. I really must apologise for just how horrifically dodgy it was at the start of the first episode. That's just... apologies. Anyway, it should be fixed now. So, we have one award, the Pilot Badge for Great Britain. And it's not really an award, it's just... that's what we get after having completed flying school, I suppose. Goes on our uniform, our regular army uniform that we get, but you have one of those on it, and you're part of the Royal Flying Corps. Because at this point in history, Britain did not have an air force. It had the Royal Flying Corps, which was a subdivision of the army, as a matter of fact. It was only in 1918, sort of late 1918, that the Royal Flying Corps and the Royal Naval Air Service were reorganised into the Royal Air Force. They were given brand new uniforms, and that's about the only difference there really was, to be honest with you. For the most part. In fact, some of the pilots thought the new uniforms were a little bit strange. I remember reading somewhere. And they were used to wearing khaki, you see. But anyway. Yes. We're in the Royal Flying Corps, and we've done one mission so far. I don't know if it'll appear in here. No, it won't. We did one mission where we were supposed to... well, it was supposed to be a nice, simple, kind of free flight cruise around the front so we could get our bearings on landmarks, but then we were ambushed by a horde of dastardly Huns, and they chased us for a bit, and then we took some shots at one and made a bit of a fool of ourselves, and then left. And they left, and then that was that. This time, though, we're going to be doing a proper mission. We're going to be going out with at least half the squadron. Or maybe just a section of the squadron or something, I don't know. And we'll be off to, you know, do some magnificent men in their flying machine stuff. So yeah, finished reading. Let's see. Albert Ball has upped his victory count, by the way. It seems he now has 40 victories. He's been busy while we were faffing around. But there we are. David Crumpington, 1 mission, 0 victories for now. I should hasten to point out that at this point in 1917, what am I talking about? I just had a mental block, sorry. Yeah, at this point in 1917, the average life expectancy for a new pilot in the Royal Flying Corps was 2 weeks. On average, and within 2 weeks they would be dead. That's how horribly dangerous it was. So if we can last more than 2 weeks, that will be an achievement in and of itself, I feel. So anyway, mission. Oh god, look at that. That's a very confusing mission path. Right. What is this? Wind speed is 8 miles per hour. That's a bit high, really, but doable. Anything above 10, and I'd just scrub the mission. Medium cloud cover, low altitude. Cloud layers at 1,100 meters, more or less. Wind direction is 204 degrees. Primary objective: escort our flight to the location near Velu. Somewhere. Velu. Oh, it's just Velu. It looked like it was cut off at the edge of the screen or something. No, it is called Velu. It's there, see? Can I zoom in a bit further? No, this is as far as it'll go, but yeah, Velu. Accompany them until they cross our line. So I think we've got like a formation of light bombers or something. Gonna fly across and bomb what looks like an airfield over here near Velu. And we're going to escort them. And the waypoints are just a complete mess, but I won't touch them for now. And apparently it wants to send us up with Hale Sheraton and no one else, and frankly to that I say nonsense. So we're going to go pilot selection, and I think I'll add a bunch of other guys as well. Let's add Gerald Maxwell, Jerry, Bertie Loddington, Bertie, excellent, good name, good solid name, Bertie. 4 is probably good, I guess. Maybe make it 6 for good measure. Well, we had Captain Pelletute. And, go on, let's add Cecil. Why not? Let's have a real-life pilot with us. We'll be in our SE5s. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That means we should be all right if we run into anything particularly nasty. I really don't think going up with just 2 guys is a good idea. So Pat Wilson's campaign generator comes up with stuff like that, but it's ludicrous because in this game, with this campaign generator, it'll spawn like 12 fucking planes and just, like when it was by myself, you know. So yeah, it's not happening. So yeah, I think we'll go with 6 guys. We'll go with Captain Pelletute, Lieutenant Maxwell, Lieutenant Loddington, Lieutenant Sheraton, Second Lieutenant Lewis, and Second Lieutenant Crumpington. That'll do it. We're going at 2:30 in the afternoon. It's not going to be very high. Our ingress is at 1,000 meters, 1,300 meters. The escort is at 800 meters, so we're going very low. Which is not so great because the SE5 actually has a better altitude, a better advantage the higher it up it is because its engine's quite powerful, whereas the Germans' engines aren't quite so powerful. Yeah. So anyway, yes. Oh, that'll do. 70% fuel will be fine. We're going quite far over Hunland, as the pilots of the day used to call it, aka German territory. We'll see what happens. Hopefully we won't get murdered by flak. I just need to double check before we do this. I've accepted the mission. Advanced config. Mission limits. 10 times flak. 0. Okay, right. That needs to be off because otherwise the flak is ridiculous. It will wipe out your entire squadron basically. So yeah, it's us, Pelletute, Maxwell, Bertie. Excellent. Fun fact, viewers, my great granddad fought in the First World War. He was in the cavalry, and his name was Bertie as well. So actually, it was Bertram, but everyone called him Bertie. You can even see it on his army records. They call him Bertie. So there you go. You learned something about me today. Right, I'm going to leave the campaign generator now, and we'll be back in the game momentarily. Okay, we're here on the briefing screen. As you can see, the waypoints have gone a little bit crazy. It seems to have ignored everything. That it was one of the escort waypoints. I don't know how this is going to play out, to be honest with you. Pat Wilson's campaign generator is not perfect, and as a result, what may end up happening is we just sort of fly up here, and then the AI will just decide, right, we're done, and turn around and go back to base. But if that happens, then so be it. We'll just, I don't know. We'll just go back to base and we'll do another mission, I suppose. But we'll find out. We shall find out exactly what's going on. I need to unpause the game. I really kind of hate the way it does that, honestly. It pauses the game every time you go in. So there they are. There are our mates. Oh, look. Yeah, look at that. Cecil Lewis has got his actual personal skin on. That's pretty sweet. Let's get old Pat Wilson's campaign generator at work. So there we go. That's everybody there. This is Cecil. Oh, these are a bunch of... These must be the guys we're escorting. These are stuck with strutters. That's Garth Pelletute. He's waving at us to start our engines. Oh, crap. My fuel mixture's wrong. Oh, dear. Oh, gosh. There we go. Right, good. Now we should be good. Right, Garth has got going off. He's got his blue streamer there to indicate that he's the leader. There goes Maxwell. There goes Bertie. See you, Bertie. I can give all these sort of randomly generated dudes their own skins as well, actually, in the campaign generator, but I've just been too lazy to bother so far. There goes Lewis, and off we go now. Chocks away. Whoa. Yeah, it's a bit windy. This might be a little tricky. As long as we can get in the air. No, fail. Okay, here's the rule with this Let's Play with regards to failed attempts at taking off. They don't count, basically. Otherwise, yeah, this would happen every time there's a takeoff with a strong wind. So we're going to have to start again, basically. Okay, attempt number 2. Right, let's get that fuel mixture lever in the right place. Let's make sure the radiator's in the right place. Okay, which way is the wind? See, the wind... We're taking off with the wind at our backs right now, which is ridiculous. The AI here isn't affected by that sort of thing when they're taking off and landing. We are, sadly. So, in theory, actually, we should be taking off that way. Because that's the way the wind's blowing. Which is why my takeoff was so hilariously bad. It's because I'm taking off with that downwind, which is just you're not supposed to do. That's just like rule number 1 of taking off in a fucking aeroplane. Do not take off downwind. Especially a little, you know, canvas and wood biplane like this. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I might start the engine and actually just turn around and take off that way instead. Because otherwise, well, this video is just going to become a crash compilation. So in fact, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to turn around right now so that we can rendezvous with these guys. A bit better luck. It's not, because we're not only taking off downwind, but we're taking off downwind of an 8 miles per hour wind, which is nothing to be sniffed at. Here we go. Horizontal stabilizers, sorry, they are actually called horizontal stabilizers, not vertical ones. There we go. See how much easier that was? Jesus Christ. That's what happens when you do it properly. Let's see if we can catch up to these buggers, which can be quite difficult because they just, once they're in formation, they just go full throttle. So sometimes you can't bloody catch up with them. But we'll see. Oh, I fixed the zoom, by the way. It turns out I had my zoom buttons assigned to the wrong zoom function, because there's 2 different zooms in the controls. There's the pilot head zoom, which is this, and there's the camera zoom, which is for when you're in the external view. And I'd mapped it to the external view one, which is why I was so confused as to why it wasn't working. So yeah, what a big dum-dum am I. Anyway, we're catching up very slowly. Very slowly we're catching up. Okay, good. Right, well, I guess that's it for now. I'm going to be back when we've either found the guys we're supposed to be escorting, or just something in general interesting has happened. So, yeah. I'm going to leave these icons on for now, then when we've caught up I'm going to turn them off. So yeah. Okay, everyone seems to be diving for some reason. I don't know if that's because they spotted someone. I'm going to turn off icons, by the way. Anyway, Cecil's in front of us. I'm going to attempt to fly on his wing because, well, Cecil Arthur Lewis in real life, he survived the war. And it'd be nice if he did in this too, so... Because while this game does have the real aces and airmen in it from time to time in certain squadrons, it doesn't necessarily mean that they'll survive. They can still be shot down after all, so... You know... I'd like it if Cecil lived, so... You know, luckily he's got a very distinctive paint scheme, so we'll be able to pick him out even with icons off. Yeah, let's try and form up on his wing. I think we might be on our way to rendezvous with the bombers, because we're getting quite low now. We're in a bit of a shallow dive, in fact, so... Yeah, let's form up here. We should be good. But everyone's going a little bit slower. They're all sort of cutting throttle a bit, which is fine by me, because it means I can catch up. I was struggling to earlier. So... There he is. C2. Cecil. C for Cecil. With a little painted red humpback bit. And you can tell it's him from above or below because his roundels are further inwards on the wings than everyone else's. You see that on the top there? Yeah, see. He's also got a slightly darker green. Whoa, everyone just suddenly caught throttle at once. What the hell's going on? Jesus. Guys. AI is so hard to keep information with in this game. You have to sometimes look at their actual propellers and see how fast they're moving around, just to gauge whether or not you need to cut your throttle. It's quite confusing and irritating. We're all sort of, you know, doing some strange manoeuvres at the minute. I don't know what's going on. Should probably keep scanning the skies for potential enemies while not crashing into my friends here. Collisions are probably the one thing I'm actually the most afraid of. Getting shot down, not such a big deal, because we can just sort of run away from stuff. But what I am worried about is actually smashing into either an enemy plane or a friendly plane. Oh shit, speaking of enemy planes. Guys, we might want to, you know, brake or do something. There are some Huns behind us. The Bosch has arrived. What have we got then? It's one Albatross. Another Albatross there. He's coming up behind. Who's he coming up behind? Sheraton. Oh boy. Don't worry, old chap. I'll save you. Okay, he's off him. Right. I need to extend and get a bit of breathing space here. Who are those up there? That's two of our friends. Okay. I do have a mod that changes the AI a bit in this game and makes it so that the boom and zoom planes, if you want to call them that, like the S.E.5, behave a bit more like that. Because in the original game, without any mods, S.E.5s tend to get slaughtered because they try and turn fight with everything, just because that's how the AI is programmed. But with the AI mods, they're actually a lot smarter. So we might be okay. We won't hopefully get everybody shot down. Right, this guy seems to be a little isolated. I'm going to see if I can go for him. Although, another Albatross over there. He doesn't look interested in us, though. He might become interested in us, though, once we start shooting at this fella. Come on. Good hits. He's leaking something. Yep, he's definitely leaking something. He's taking some battle damage. Yeah, I altered my rudder setup, so it's a bit easier for me to aim now. In case you were unaware. I'm going to cut throttle and slow down here, just so I can try and get behind him. I need to not yank on the stick too much, because I might rip my wings off. That's the other thing I'm afraid of. Those are my number two... my top two causes of death in this game are either colliding with someone or tearing my own wings off. I'll unblock that Lewis gun. Come on, die, you bastard! I think he's had it. I think he's going down. Yep, he's done. I think we shot the pilot. Keep watching. Is he going to crash on our side of the lines? He is. Yep, his wings have fallen off. He's done. That's a confirmed kill, because the Tommies on the ground will be able to confirm it for us. They saw the crash. Right. Awesome. Now let's try not to die. Right, we've got more planes. We've got... I think those are the strutters down there. Those the guys we're supposed to be escorting. There's an Albatross out in front of them, I think. I don't know where any of our guys are, though. Don't see him anywhere. You will note when I zoom in on the map here, when I look in certain directions, black airplanes will appear. That's a slightly gamey thing, and it's because I have icons enabled. Because if I enable icons, you can see, look, I get black X's and black numbers for stuff that's slightly closer. It's a spotting aid, essentially, and I'm okay with it when I've got icons off, because in real life, when you're flying an airplane, it is actually, because you've got depth perception, what with it being real life and not a computer screen, you can spot things far away a lot easier, especially things that are moving like airplanes. So this, I feel like, is a decent enough, you know, compromised solution, because otherwise we'll just end up every single mission either not spotting anything, or we'll find one thing, shoot it, and then we will have lost everyone else. So these are the strutters. They seem to be doing okay. No one's bothering them, so... Of course, there's no marker for my plane on the map, so... it's a little bit sort of... I still have to pay attention to my landmarks in order to actually figure out where stuff is in relation to me. These strutters are a bit vulnerable, though. They're the single-seater variety. They don't have a rear gun. That does make them lighter and more manoeuvrable, of course, but they're still big, lumbering, slow top. Oh, it's a bloody Albatross right below me. I'll be damned. He looks alone. I think we should be having him. Okay, up we go. We don't know if he's got friends for sure yet, so we want to keep our speed and altitude. Right, we've either wounded him or he's panicking because he's not really doing much at the minute. Or we may have just damaged his plane quite a lot. We got a very good burst into him there, so let's see if we can come back for another go. He's losing altitude, that much is sure. We're a little bit far out to start making shots here, but I'm going to try anyway. While he's still flying straight and level. Well, you know, mostly straight and level. He's trying to run away, basically, but he doesn't seem to realise that my plane is faster than his. Come on. Come on, guns. Oh, fuck. Do I need to reload? I need to reload. And my main Vickers is out of ammo. Right. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on. Let's finish this guy. Get a bit closer. Shooting stuff down with the Lewis gun is really tricky. It's not a very good gun. There are some British planes like the Sopwith Camel that come with 2 Vickers instead of a Vickers and a Lewis, and I prefer those generally speaking. He's speeding up, that's for sure, because he's getting away from me there. But once I put all the power on, there's no hope. He's never going to get away from me. He's too slow, and he's damaged as well. So yeah, we're getting hit. You can see the puffs of smoke. Come on, stop jamming. Oh my god, die, dude. I've got to reload again. This is the problem with an infantry machine gun. We actually have a slightly enlarged magazine compared to the regular infantry version. But even so, it's not exactly ideal for this kind of thing. You want something that's belt-fed like the Vickers, which sadly we're out of ammo for. Oh, shit. His elevators have fallen off. Or something has, yeah. His elevator's snapped off. He's done. He's going to crash. He can't control his up or downwards movement, so he's done for. Look, see, he's just going uncontrollably going up and down now. Sooner or later, he's just going to drop out of the sky. I'm trying to debate with myself at the minute whether or not we should use our remaining ammunition to just put him out of his misery or not. I don't see anyone else around here, but you never know when the game might spawn a bunch of more Albatross guys in, even on our side of the lines. I don't want to be caught without any ammo. I mean, it's not the end of the world, we can just run away, remember, so it's painful to watch, really, isn't it? If he's smart, what he's doing is he's using his throttle and his ailerons to try and guide the aircraft down to a controlled crash. And, yeah, I could shoot him, but I don't think I've got the heart to do it, frankly. What's that, Dave? Are you role-playing in a flight simulator? Well, kind of, I guess. I don't want to be a complete cunt. The guy's had it. We're not out to kill the pilot, we're out to kill his plane. So if he can get this thing down without dying, then so much the better. We'll go find him after we've landed and we'll give him a bottle of champagne, although I think that might have just killed him. I'll make a low pass and have a look. I doubt I'll be able to see anything, but you never know. think he might be alive, you know. He doesn't look hunched over in his cockpit like he would if he was dead. Although he did just despawn, although I'm not sure whether they just despawn if they've crashed or if they despawn if the pilot's dead. I think they might just despawn if they've crashed. In general. Just to keep the game running at a decent frame rate so it doesn't get cluttered with objects. But, yeah. I like to think he survived that. I hope he did. Anyway, I guess that's it. There's really no hope of us meeting up with the rest of the guys out there now with no idea where they are. In fact, as a matter of fact, I'm not entirely sure where I am. I'm a little bit lost. So I'm going to have to climb for a bit and have a look at our surroundings. See what we can do. But that's 2 confirmed anyway for this mission. That's not bad going at all. In fact, that's jolly marvellous. It's more than most pilots to get on their first outing. Although I've kind of decided that I'm going to explain away the fact that Dave Crumpington is such an evidently talented pilot. It's the fact that he got his knighthood in the first place for winning an air race. That's why he got a knighthood. Someone actually asked in the comments, I wonder why he was knighted. I'm going to say it's because he won an air race before the First World War actually started. So he's actually got experience as a pilot and he knows how to fly planes. Or something. Why he's only just joined up in 1917, I don't know, but maybe he was just in the army and got transferred. That's what a lot of them did actually. They started off in the trenches and then got transferred to the Royal Flying Corps if they volunteered to do it, so... But yeah. That's the only reason I can think of to explain why our newbie pilot here is just shot down 2 Germans in a single mission. Yeah. I suppose it's appropriate anyway, since he does look a bit like Dick Dastardly. I wonder. I think he has a moustache on his model as well in game. Yeah, he does. Look at that. Oh, he so looks like Dick Dastardly. He's got the hook nose and everything. Wish I could zoom it in a bit more, but that's as far as it'll go. There he is. Moustache, goggles, red scarf. Oh dear. Anyway. I wonder what happened to the others. I hope Cecil survived. I really need to figure out where I am. Map's showing me there's some enemies over that way. Apparently. I'm going to ignore them for now, though. As far as we're concerned, our mission's over, pretty much. We just need to find the way home. Right. Let's see. River over that way. In the middle of the... Right, that river over there is going to be this river here, almost certainly. So... if we follow this line over here, that leads almost directly back to our base. So the furthest northern point of the river, which is just there, we follow that line across this way, eastwards, westwards even. I'm heading south, so everything's reversed, and then we should find our home. We should be able to, we might be able to see Miley and the Bois d'Auvilliers from here. If we can find them, then we know we're in. There it is, right off in the distance there. There's Miley. Right, okay. We're officially not quite lost anymore. Although we are going to head into the flight path of those enemies that were on the map, so... I don't know, we might just have to ignore them. We're almost out of ammo as it is. I think that is our last magazine up there right now, and we've already used probably half of it, if not more, so... there is no point in us getting in any combat right now. In an age before parachutes, ramming is certainly not a good idea. Let's see then, if Miley's there... yeah, our airfield should be slightly north and west of that, so... that might be it there, actually. Might be headed straight for it by sheer dumb luck. Yeah. Alright then. I think we'll just cruise back now. I like doing the navigation stuff. It might be boring for some people, and they might just prefer to have a little mini-map icon showing them where they are, and that's fair enough. But I always like doing the navigation stuff, especially in Rise of Flight, because when I was a kid, I grew up reading and listening to audio tapes of Biggles. And for those who haven't got a fucking clue who Biggles is, Biggles was like, it was a series of children's books, essentially. I mean, they're very well-written children's books, mind you, but they were children's books written by Captain W.E. Johns, who I believe was a pilot himself. And they were basically about this fictitious pilot called Biggles, who flew a Sopwith Camel in the First World War, and all of these stories were about his various little misadventures in a very sort of sanitised and child-friendly version of the First World War, obviously, but I can't say it didn't capture my imagination as a child, and quite often some of the problems and scrapes he'd get into were as a result of you know, him getting lost or something and not being able to find out where he was and that kind of thing, so... It's all part of the experience for me anyway. I don't know, do you get Biggles in America? Have you even heard of it? I'm guessing probably not, but you never know. I guess it's one of those things, it's a bit like when I first mentioned Thunderbirds, and everyone in the American audience just was like, Thunder what? I'm like, oh my god, you've never seen Thunderbirds? And I naturally assumed they all had, because Thunderbirds featured just American voice actors, and it was all set in America, so... No, that's definitely not our airfield, that's just a random village. That's definitely Mayi. It's unmistakable. That forest is just a very unique, slightly phallic shape. So, there's a river here, this thing, the river Elthi here. And if we follow this tributary down here, it points almost to our airfield, so... Well, it doesn't quite though, does it? Look, our airfield, the S.E.5a, is actually down here. I was looking at the waypoints, but our airfield is actually here. It obviously doesn't put the landing and takeoff approaches on the map for us, so actually we're slightly southwest of Mayi, not northwest. Which means, I think, should be over there. It is. Look, you can see the hangars from here, and town of the S.E.5a next to it. Right. Okay. Now we're cooking on light fluid. What's wrong with you, Dave? Got shell shock already. Right. Yeah. So I guess that's it. I'll just cruise on home now. I hope nothing ambushes us. That would be the worst. I would not be surprised either. I've seen Pat Wilson's campaign generator do more terrible things, frankly. I'm anxious to find out who survived, frankly. They should be okay. Hopefully. With the AI mod I've got installed, the AI does seem to have at least a sense of self-preservation. But we'll see. Yeah. It's May 1917 at the minute, so how long is it before we actually become the Royal Air Force? Probably about a year or something, I imagine. The Royal Air Force, I believe, was actually the world's first official air force, as in it was a branch of the military unto itself. Because it was formed during the First World War, whereas in, for example, America, you had the United States Air Service in the First World War, which later became the US Army Air Corps, and then the US Army Air Force during the Second World War. And only after the Second World War did the United States Air Force become a sort of thing unto itself. It's a very young service, actually, compared to the RAF. but throughout the First World War and the Second World War, it functioned in the same way the RFC did in the First World War, basically as a branch of the army. Which is why, if you look at, like, you know, films or photographs or whatever of US airmen in the Second World War, they have army uniforms, but with obviously, like, airmen's badges and stuff on their caps and that sort of thing. Just a bit of random trivia for you. Some people enjoy my babbling about history, some people don't, but never mind. Alright, now, we need to land in the direction we're coming right now, actually, but I'm going to pass over the field at least once. Fire off a flare to let them know we intend to land, and then we'll come back around. And just to double check the windsock as well, make sure it's still blowing in the same direction, because you never know. My god, I've only been recording for like 20 minutes. That's amazing, it felt like much longer. Yeah, it's still blowing this way. We need to kind of come at the field slightly diagonally then, it seems. Alright, fair enough. Let's fire a flare. Green flare, that'll do. Let them know everything's A-okay and I intend to land. Right. Here comes the tricky part. Let's just not screw this up. Hypothetically speaking, this is probably the easiest part, and yet I'm still a little bit nervous. That's the whole Iron Man thing, though, of course. I get the same when I'm playing the ACG campaigns in Cliffs of Dover. Fine whenever it's just a random casual fly around with the others. No problem. But if it's a campaign mission, or if I die and my player character is killed off from the campaign and that sort of thing, and I can't refly, I start making more mistakes just because I'm nervous. Alright, here we go. Let's move over a little bit to this side. We'll start using the rudder now because we're getting so slow that the ailerons aren't going to do much for us. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Whoops. I told you. We've got oil all over our goggles and everything. Wonderful. We're alive. If we'd flipped over, we might have died. But, yeah. The mechanics aren't going to be very happy with this. Yeah, I lowered my throttle too much there. I came down too early. Yeah, whoops. That was a bit silly of me. I stalled out too high and just sort of plopped. Oh dear, this might be a complete write-off, actually. Alas, poor maybe, we knew you well. Although, because it's been damaged now, the maybe's been removed because it's just gone back to the default skin. Because it's damaged. It's weird. It's just how the game works. But, yeah. We're alive. It's fine. We shot down 2 Jerrys, and we confirmed it as well. Well, it will be confirmed, hopefully. Unless Pat Wilson's campaign generator decides to be a complete dick about it, but I think 2 for 1's not bad. You know, and it's not really 2 for 1, because it's we still survive. You're just going to repair the damn plane. So, yeah. We're still a new pilot, or it's okay. We have a license to crash every now and again. Right. Okay, we're back in the campaign generator. Let's find out what happened, shall we? Combat report. Victories claimed 2. I think that I'm not sure what kind of albatross they were. I think the second one might have been a D2 late, judging by the shape of its tail. So we'll claim that one as a D2 late, and I think the other one might have been a D3. So we don't have to be totally specific. If we actually shot down a D3 and a D5, the game won't punish us for it. They'll just say, actually, it was a D5. And they'll give you the claim for it. So, yeah. Submit reports. Start debrief. So we went all the way up there. We damaged an Albatross D3. Gerald Maxwell was destroyed by an Albatross. We destroyed that Albatross D3. We damaged another one, and then that one was destroyed. So they were both D3s then. I was damaged by unknown. The ground, basically. The ground and all my own incompetence. I was destroyed. Yeah, you'll notice it says destroyed. But it basically just means you were shot down. It doesn't necessarily mean you were killed. For example, Gerald Maxwell was destroyed, but that might mean his engine died and he went and had to glide down and land somewhere, in which case he will have survived. He might be wounded, but he was, as far as the game is concerned, he was destroyed, so we'll find out if he was dead or not in a second. So, debrief completed. Looks like he was the only casualty on our side, actually, if you don't include me. So that's good news. Taking 6 folks out with us, I think, was a good idea rather than 2. Okay. Remarks on flight and hostile aircraft. This mission was flown by Captain Pelletoot, Lieutenant Maxwell, Lieutenant Bertie Loddington, Lieutenant Sheraton, Lieutenant Arthur Lewis, and David Crumpington. The mission was flown from Lille-VA Aerodrome. Successes include the following: Albatross D3 shot down by Sheraton, 2 Albatross D3 shot down by Crumpington. Excellent. Pilots lost were Maxwell. He was killed in action. Ah, damn. He was killed then. There he is. 3rd of May 1917. We regret to inform Command that Lieutenant Gerald Maxwell has been killed in action. And he was posthumously awarded the Wound Stripe. And we got a new boy in his place. Lieutenant Addison Berry has been transferred to number 56 Squadron RFC. he's actually using a photograph of a famous RFC pilot, Mick Mannock. He was an Irishman. I might have to change that actually, because that's just a bit distracting. It'd be like if you got a random guy and he was using a portrait of Manfred von Richthofen or something. It'd just be weird. Where is he? Addison, right. Sorry, mate. I'm afraid I do need to actually change your picture. There you go. That's a good one. Obviously, these are all pictures of real people, but you know, some of them more famous than others, so you can suspend your disbelief. So there we go. That needs to refresh. If I just click top aces, there we go. I should go back now. Yeah, there we go. Oh, it looks like Albert Ball has matched Oswald Boerker's total. In fact, in a sense, he's beaten him because he's done it in fewer missions. Interesting. He's just pulling ahead of George Guynemer, and he's still 12 victories behind Richthofen. I don't think Albert Ball's got much time left, though. I think he's going to die soon. He'll either die in one of our missions, or he'll die because that's the historical date he died in real life. But I don't know. I don't know if the campaign generator, takes that into account, to be honest with you. It might just let him keep going until he dies in an actual mission. I'm not sure. We'll see. I know that they sometimes take leave. They'll go off for leave like they did in real life for like a month or so. And they'll be out of the game, essentially, for that amount of time, and then they'll come back. We can actually get leave as well if we want to. We can request leave time, but we're not going to right now. I might do that from time to time just to move the campaign onwards without us actually having to fly missions. So if we shoot down a certain number of aircraft, like I might award us leave for it, as a matter of fact, because we'd historically we'd get given leave and we'd go off to London and we'd get given a medal by the king or something. So. And we'd be used as a recruitment tool as well, which a lot of them were. They were sent back and they went back to Berlin or London or Paris or whatever, and then they parade around, sort of helping raise war bonds and things like that, and do recruitment drives before getting sent back to the front. So anyway, yeah, that was a success. Shame we lost poor old Jerry. Alas, poor Jerry, we knew him well. Well, we didn't really, but, Yeah. Cecil doesn't have any kills yet. Sheraton's got one, though. That's jolly good. And we've got 2 for 2 missions. Which is outrageous, really. But I'm not complaining. I want to get on that top aces board. That'd be fun. But still, like I said, our goal here is to survive at least 2 weeks. And that was the advice that was given to pilots at the time. Survive the first 2 weeks, and you'll generally be okay. Once you've survived those first 2 weeks, you can be a bit less cautious, and you'll generally be all right. So that's what we really need to do. We just need to try and not die, and prioritize that over shooting other people down, essentially. And we should be okay. I mean, we'll eventually die anyway. I'm not expecting us to reach the end of the war, but, you know. We'll see how we get on. So, yeah, that was mission 2. I'm going to stop the recording now, and I'm going to check how long I've been recording for, and either I will end the episode here, in which case, ta-ta, and I'll see you again next Sunday, or I'll do another mission. So, yeah, provisional ta-da for now. Okay, I've been recording apparently for about 45 minutes. I'm gonna do another mission anyway. It'll be a long video, but who cares? It's a once a week thing, as I said. So yeah, but we'll try and make it snappy, shall we? Mission. Oh, good grief! Look at those waypoints. What is going on? What? Just go home, campaign generator. You're drunk. All right then. So it'll be about 3,000 meters for this one, which I believe is like 9,000 feet or so. Possibly a little more, 10,000 feet maybe. Weather report, medium cloud cover, medium altitude with fog. 4 mph wind, which is much better than before. Cloud layer is 1,505 meters. Wind direction is 103 degrees. Intercept enemy aircraft near Moulincourt. Assigned pilots Captain Pelletute and us. No game. I see what you're trying to do there, and I'm not having it. Let's take the new boy. Where is he? Addison. We'll have you. We'll have... Who was the guy who got a kill last time? Was it Sheraton? Yeah, we'll have Sheraton. That makes 4. We'll bring Cecil again as well. That makes 5 and 1 more. Better be a second lieutenant, really, just to balance things out. Yeah, we'll take Hamlin Dennis with us. There we go. Finished. Right. We're going to intercept, apparently. It's an intercept mission. Well, we'll end up intercepting something, even if it's not what we were supposed to intercept. But we'll see how we get on. Right. Accept mission. Back to campaign. And, yeah, that's it. Let's get going. So, it turns out, actually, last mission I wasn't flying my beloved Maybe. I was just flying a regular default plane, because when I came in here, the default skin was selected. I think I have to select the Maybe skin every time I go into it. Either that or I have to set it permanently in the campaign generator. Which I guess I'll probably have to do. So yeah, I guess we didn't wreck Maybe on the last mission. We just wrecked some random replacement plane. I guess maybe was in for repairs or something, or being serviced, I guess. So that's nice, I suppose. Let's try not to crash on takeoff and landing this time, though. I'd really rather that were the case. So let's have a look at the mission. Yes, behold, the Royal Flying Corps' patented spaghetti waypoint system. It's quite something to behold, isn't it? Oh dear. We'll see how we get on. Oh boy. Alright. Fuel mixture. Let's get you up to full. Icons on, let's see. Okay, Addison's the guy next to us. Who else? Where? Cecil is... Oh, hang on a minute. We're not at the end this time. Ah, see, look at that. Cecil's on our right wing. Hello, Cecil. And, okay, so what have we got then? Oh, forget it. Engine on. Time. Gentlemen, start your engines. Where's the wind blowing? Almost no wind at all, but it's actually blowing this way across. So we're taking off in a very mild crosswind. Let's see how we get on. I'll try and aim myself that way a bit, just to make it a bit easier. Right, off we go. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Vertical stabilizers up, please, up. Oh, thank Christ we're airborne. Once we're actually in the air, it's not really that much of a problem, but still. In this game, it's certainly not a problem anyway. In real life, it could have been, especially in an underpowered plane like a Sup with Camel or something. A strong wind would be enough to blow a plane completely off course. You'd be flying sideways almost in a really strong wind. It was a bit of a problem. That's why they didn't bother to fly at all. If the weather was bad or there was a lot of wind about, they'd just be grounded. All right, well we're up, we're off into the wide blue yonder, and I'll be back when things are happening, I guess. Okay, we're in formation. There seems to be a bunch of black dots that have appeared over in front of us. They're mighty menacing looking black dots, as a matter of fact. I'm going to actually cross over to the other side of the formation so I can hide behind my mates. Gallantly hiding behind my friends, using them as human shields. But yeah, there's something out there. I was a bit spoiled by the fact that they were there, because the game had a brief stutter, which usually indicates that something's just spawned in. So I'm going to get behind Dennis and Cecil here and see what's what. They appear to be Jerry's. They're not. Oh God! Oh, Cecil. I think he's done for. He's dead. Cecil's dead. No! Collided with a fucking idiot German. They're not even fighters. They're big sort of like light bombers. It's not stopping them shooting us though, is it? Jesus. They've got rear gunners, which makes them really dangerous actually. Fuck, we lost Cecil. That sucks. Oh well. We shall have to go on and write his book for him instead, to restore the thread of history. With the death of this character, the thread of the prophecy has been severed, etc., etc. Oh boy. Right, I'm a little unsure what to do here. Since these are two-seaters, this might be an excellent opportunity to give the Foster mount a go. But I'm not sure of the intentions of the rest of our squadron. We're just sort of flying about, not doing much. I don't want to get surrounded by a bunch of Jerrys because I decided to attack impulsively by myself. But yeah, our guys are getting shot at. They seem to be trying to regroup or something, or just follow the waypoints blindly. I mean, there's no way these guys are going to catch up with us. Those are freaking old planes. Those are. They really are. I think they're DFWs or something. They're hilariously slow and lumbering monstrosities, but they've got guns in the front and back, which does, you know, demand respect. Yeah, let's see if we can catch up with that path. Man, I'm so bummed that Cecil died. Of all the guys that cunt decided to crash into, it had to be him, didn't it? Not one of the replaceable auto-generated guys. No, it was Cecil Arthur fucking Lewis. Never mind. But you can see why I'm so terrified of collisions, because, you know, it happens, and the AI makes no effort to get out of the way either. So, including friendly AI. So. Right, apparently we're just gonna sort of ignore them. But I'm pretty sure those are the guys we're meant to be intercepting, dudes. I question this course of action. I do. I really do. Okay. We could be flying around for some time, to be honest with you guys, so I think I might just cut the recording. Alright then, well, yeah. See you in a bit. Well, it seems that we've decided we're just going to circle over our own airfield for a while. I don't really know what to do. The AI might decide to circle a bit more and then head back out again, or it may just decide it's going to land. I don't really know what to do, to be honest. I'm going to stick it on autopilot, to be honest with you, and I think I'm going to increase the time compression. I'm going to just see what happens, and if we keep circling over our airfield down there, then I'm just going to go and land. I think what I probably should have done, actually, is I maybe should have shot at something, because sometimes that will prompt your friendly AI into actually attacking. Oh well, never mind. Okay, chaps, we appear to be under attack. Yeah. Plane up there. Yeah, it's an albatross. He's going, whoa! What the hell are you doing, dude? Oh shit, is that a friendly behind me? I hope so. Guys, this is the part where you take evasive action. Seriously. Yeah, we've got two albatross who are feeling very bold. Who've decided to attack us. One there, one at the back there. I'm going to cut across up here and see what we can do. Let's see. Yeah, alright, they're ignoring me. They're going after the main guys in our formation. Fucking hell, lads. Just make me squadron leader, why don't you? Fucking hell. And it's me that's got to bail you out of trouble. Yeah, see, they're just continuing to fly in their idiot circle, aren't they? I think this is a reported bug or glitch with Pat Wilson's campaign generator, actually. Planes just flying in circles. It doesn't happen all the time, but sometimes it does, like it does now, for example. It's kind of irritating, but fine. Whatever. Maybe we'll get something out of this dreadful mission as a result. Should really be using the Lewis gun for long-range speculative shots, shouldn't I? Has more ammo. Right, he's taking evasive action. Or he's dead. No, he's taking evasive action. Jesus, I kind of almost hope one of these albatross does shoot the bastards in the back, just so that they actually do something. Good grief. Right, come on then. Come on. Come to Uncle Crumpington. Oh, good shots, good shots. Oh, what's he doing? He's going evasive. Smart man. Or is he dying? I think he might be crashing. I'm not sure. Whoa, steady there. Man, what's going on? Where are you going, dude? I think he... Ah! Bits of him are falling off. Wings are falling off. He's dead. Right, that's one down. Where's the other little bugger? It's the bit where he shoots me down. He just comes down out of the sun and kablam. Famous last words. I can see our guys over here. Let's see, I count 1, 2, 3, 4 S.E.5s. No, albatross though. Is he run off? I wouldn't blame him. I think he might have run off. Well, either way, he's certainly not attacking our guys anymore. I'm beginning to think Captain Pelletout is a bit of a coward. Bet you anything we're going to get back to base and he's going to chew me out for breaking formation to attack those albatross. That's how I'm choosing to interpret this. He's just panicked. He's gone into a complete panic. And he's just decided we're going to keep formation, and we're going to keep formation, and we're going to keep formation. Because he's lost or something. I bet he's lost over his own aerodrome. He's some chump who was a friend of a friend of a friend and got promoted to squadron leader because of that. And now he's lost over his own airfield, and the others are just following him because it's not like we have radios and we can communicate with him. And now he's gonna try and have a go at me for breaking formation to save his ass. Yeah, it looks like the other one's gone. Alright then. I'm going to land. See you later, dum-dum. I've shot my fair share of Huns for today. Now to make the descent without destroying our plane. It's quite a long descent. Even with the throttle idled and turning in a circle like this, I'm still doing 140 miles per hour. Keep an eye out, you never know when someone's going to jump on you. It's one of the things I like about Pat Wilson's campaign generator. In a sense, it's kind of gamey that it just spawns in stuff to attack you. But on the other hand, it forces you to be alert and just keep an eye on your surroundings and keep checking your tail to make sure nothing's sneaking up on you. Should really close our radiator actually when we do a long descent like this at 0 throttle. I don't think it really makes any difference, to be honest with you, but that's what you're supposed to do, because otherwise you overcool the engine. Which is like the opposite of overheating, but it has a very similar effect. It just sort of chokes the engine. Handily enough, if I've forgotten to open it again, after a while you'll see that, not this stuff, this is smoke from the exhaust, that's normal, but you'll see steam streaming out behind us, and that's like an emergency release valve type thing, I think, that's basically there to let you know that the radiator's shut and the engine is overheating. Alright, okay, so I want to land from the direction of the village towards the field, essentially, but it doesn't make a huge amount of difference just because the wind is very, well, it's very minor, it's no big deal really. 4 mile an hour wind is nothing to worry about. Oh, should have shot my flare, I'm an idiot, never mind. I'll do it on my way in. Oh, hey, look at that, there's a crosshair, I didn't notice that before. That must have been in one of the new updates. You didn't used to get crosshairs for hand weapons. Huh. Hopefully they can see this from here. There we go. Alright, now, not to slow down too much, that is the key. Which I'm almost doing. Whoops. Alright, here we go, Stabilize this full up. Oh, it was close. That was close. That was cutting it a bit fine. Let's keep on track. Bit of rudder and engine. Come on. Oh, look at that. Little soldier on a machine gun. Because we have the aircraft MGs. I mean, airfield MGs enabled. He'd shoot any marauding Huns trying to shoot us as we landed. He would. Jolly fine chaps, these anti-aircraft machine gunners. I mean, our ones. The enemy ones are the spawn of the devil. And I hope never to meet one, frankly. Historically speaking, actually, pilots in World War I were actually far more terrified of low-level strafing runs than they were of actually fighting enemy planes. because it really was that insanely dangerous going up against stationary machine guns on the ground. Alright then. Ignition off. Whew! We're good. We're done. In one piece. Nice. Alright then. Well. Guess that's that then. Okay then, we're back on the generator campaign thingy screen. Here we are. Combat report time. Victories claimed 1. And that would have been an Albatross D3 at the very least. I'm quite sure of that. Might have been from Yasta 1. I think they had stripy fuselages. I can't quite remember. I'll have to check on the intelligence screen to see if they're even in the area with us. And I'm not just imagining things. Alright then, submit, report. Start debrief. Cecil Arthur Lewis destroyed by a DFWC5, yep. Bastards. Oh, there was a... Apparently we destroyed both of those albatrosses. That's odd. I don't remember shooting them both. Maybe I did. Or maybe I switched targets halfway through without realising or something. Well, we only saw one go down, so we're only going to claim one. The game might give us both, I don't know. Yeah. One of them was a D5. I didn't think they'd have D5s at this point, but I guess they do, some of them. Fair enough. Right. And that's all I had to say. Cecil was horribly killed, and I horribly killed 2 Germans. Who were very brave Germans when you think about it, really, going up against 5 SE5s. Although, to be fair to them, the other 4 might as well have been lobotomized. Debrief completed. Combat reports. Oh, we shot down a D5 then. That's the one it gave us credit for anyway. And we lost Cecil Arthur Lewis, who was killed in action. God! Friggin' damn it. That's annoying. Oh well. Yeah, God, pellet fucking toot. What a numpty. We should get the Major to take us out next time, or maybe Albert Ball. See if he does a better job. Yeah, he was killed in action. Given a posthumous wound stripe, and we got Reginald Hoyge instead. Reginald Hoyge, what a name! I told you David Crumpington wasn't out of place. I told you. Reginald Hoyge, brilliant. Okay, so, yeah. Finished. There we go. 3 missions, 3 victories. That's cool. That'll do rather nicely. I should be logged in our pilot log now. Yeah, there we go. 2 D3s and a D5. We got 2 D3s on the 3rd. We got the D5 on the 4th of May. What's the date now? It's the 5th of May. Okay. It'll skip days sometimes because of bad weather, so... But we're in May at the minute, May/June, so the summer months are really, really hectic. When we get into the winter and the autumn, when the weather starts turning to real shit, there'll be huge gaps between our missions, quite often, so... As it was in real life. Anyway. There we go. Yeah, see, we didn't fly on the 2nd, we went from the 1st and skipped right to the 3rd and 4th. So, obviously the weather was really bad on the 2nd or something. Well then, squadron log. There we go. Yeah, we've got stuff in the squadron log now, because we can't change page for now, but yeah. Cool. Intelligence, right. What was that Yasta one, I wonder? No, I don't think it was. There's no Yasta one on here, so... Nah, whatever. Friendly key personnel. Albert Ball. He's still with us then, he's not on leave yet. Alright then, well... that's all for today, folks, and I will see you next week, next Sunday, where we will continue our career in number 56 Squadron, and hopefully we won't die, but maybe we will. Haha. See what I did there? Anyway. Ta-da for now, folks.